Welcome to the Nobody Show, the show guaranteed to get counseled, hosted by The Myth. I truly believe that there's an end of racism coming. I truly believe that. And the reason I believe that is because of what I'm about to tell you now. See, we're not giving enough credit to the young people. We're not. These young people have been active, man. They've been making some things happen because they look at what happened to their ancestors, what happened to their grandparents, their parents, and they see the writing on the wall. They want a different life. They don't want to relive and rehash the past. They see how silly it is, to try to discriminate or feel some type of way because somebody's race, gender, lifestyle, all those things that we have been, kind of had to process and have to deal with through the course of time. I really believe that in 2 or 3 generations from now, that this will end. Do I think it'll be totally gone? No. They'll find something else probably to, maybe, divide themselves and maybe feel some type of way about. But I really believe that our kids, the young ones, are waking up. They are changing things, and we are blind to it. We're not seeing it. It's the reason why there's a 25-year-old in the House of Representatives on a national scale. We're not talking about a state scale. We're talking about national scale. I believe because of what I've been saying all along. They're changing things. They see things. I've been watching them even during the pandemic. You look at who was out there when all those horrendous things were going on and who was out there, crying out for change. They're seeing so much. They watched what had happened, and through the course of history, they studied it. We forced them to study it in school. And they're not going to relive that. Their minds are made up. They're not taking that. They're not going to roll like that. And I really believe that what's going to happen is, the generation, three generations removed, they're going to be past all of this. It's gotten to a point now where kids are telling their parents, you're not going to be, treating my friend the way you are, treating their parents the way you are because of their race or because of their lifestyle or because of their, financial status. This is my friend. And they just want to play. Kids just want to play, man. They just want to have a good time. They just want to live their life. And they're getting to that point now where enough is enough. And I really believe that as time goes on, they're going to eventually continuously erase the past. All of those now that are still around causing division, causing dissension and everything, they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone, and there's, only 1 or 2 generations that's going to be around and still keep trying to push that and pump that and try to pollute the minds of our children. But they're getting to a point that they're fed up. They don't want it anymore. They don't want it anymore. You're seeing, the voices being heard. They're not standing for that. I don't think they want to relive that. I think they want to erase the past. And I commend them for that. I'm proud of them. I really am. And I really believe that in time, each generation is slowly but surely going to start erasing the past. They're going to start ignoring what they're being taught. They're going to start ignoring what they're hearing. They're going to start ignoring all of the things that, have been said. And again, you got to understand, those that are now, the preponderance of these type of, speeches and these type of behaviors are going to be gone. They're going to be gone. And, if you really look at the age, really look at who's the loudest, who's the ones that's really pushing all this stuff, pumping that stuff. Look at their ages. They're in their 70s, some of them maybe in their 50s, they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone. And, the ones that are left hanging around, they're going to be in the minority. And, they're no longer going to listen to that, and they're not going to accept that any longer. Kids just want to play, man. And those kids are one day going to be adults. Right now you're seeing young adults doing that already. Just imagine how it's going to be a generation from now, the next generation, and the next generation. I truly believe this is the beginning to the end of all of those things that have brought us down as a society. I believe that. I believe that they understand and see that together we're so much stronger. Together we can thrive. Together we can build, and it can be beautiful. They just want a beautiful life, just like me. They just want to be good people, just want to do good things. You know what I mean? And I commend them for that. I'm proud of them, man. And I tell my daughter all the time how proud I am of her, man. Her attitude and the way she sees things, and, the way her friends see things, and the way that they push forward. They get out and vote because they won't change. They want things to, evaporate. They're tired of all the stuff they're saying. They're tired of watching their parents be hurt. They're tired of watching their parents suffer. Kids love their parents, just so you know. And we know this, right? I'm not saying anything nobody doesn't know. We all love our parents. We love our grandparents, right? We covet them. They're important to us, and they hurt. And that's something my daughter had to really point out to me. She had to explain to me how, she tries to guide me certain directions, because if I'm hurting, she's going to be hurting. And so she tries to steer me away from certain individuals that may have hurt me in the past, or may even be currently, a part of some of my ills. And so, because she explained to me, if I'm hurt, she's going to be hurt. And I had to think about that. I had to really process that. And it changed everything for me. It really did. And I had to make sure that I didn't do anything or allow any situation or anyone to hurt me anymore. I had to be a voice for myself. I had to make sure that I could look myself in the mirror, that, I could look my children in the eyes, by standing up for myself. Is that something easy for me to do? Well, I don't have a history of that. So she gave me that history. She put that inside of me. I would say, hey, man, my kids have really came through for me, and they really, pushed me forward, and they have made sure that they didn't allow me to fall backwards. And times when they seen me absorb a lot of pain, a lot of things came my way that I didn't even deserve, you know what I mean? And, they had to make me see, hey, this is not good for you. I know that this is what, at the point in time, you were just so caught up, you don't see it. But I want you to see it. I want you to wake up and see what's going on, And they were successful in doing that. And, making me realize that, hey, there are times you have to, be a voice for yourself. And because they're a voice for us all. They are. I'm proud of them, man. I'm proud of them. I'm impressed with them. The way they move, the way that they think, I'm really proud of them. And we may put them down a lot. I remember, man, hey, if you hire somebody, who's in their teens and or their early 20s, and you be surprised if they don't do the job the way you think, or they're not as efficient or as attentive to that job as you think. Well, they're young. I was young. I walked off a lot of jobs when I was young. Did I have any regrets? Well, no, because I thought it through first, I made sure I had a plan, But the thing is, I had to make sure that if I wasn't happy, why would I continue to stay and put myself through that? And so the thing is, that's the same thing with them. Why are they going to stay in a situation that's not making them happy, not making their parents happy? They want to see us happy, man. And they're making moves. And in times when, we are coming to them with things, some of our, thoughts and things of that nature that are going to cause, division, or, put them in binds. Because that's what we're doing. We're putting them in binds. They don't want to think that way. They don't want to behave that way. We're forcing it on them, you know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, it really is. But they're slowly but surely coming up out of it and decide, no, this is not the way it's going to be. This is my friend. This is my friend. And, you're going to respect my friend. You're going to respect, that person I'm looking forward to a future with. You're going to respect, people that I choose in my circle. And they're just making that hard decision that we should have made a long time ago. We've been trying, man. I know we've been trying. We've tried so many ways, and it's been so hard. It's been so hard because we just couldn't figure it out. But they don't figure it out. And the way they figured out is to say, point blank, no more. No more. no more. And they are making their voices heard in so many ways. In time, when we talk about this politics, man, it's going to be filled with a lot of young people. A lot of young people that's going to change the whole direction of things, and they're going to make sure that everybody's taken care of, everybody's looked out for, and it's going to be okay if you happen to have a little extra wealth, because they're going to make sure other people have advantages that they can get to that wealth as well. It's not about financial status. It's not. It's about, who we are as human beings. It's about character first. And they're putting character first. They're making sure that they're putting character first. And as a result of that, I truly believe in my heart, and I've been believing this for a long time, that they are going to put an end to all of these things that we are experiencing, including racism. I believe that. I believe will it be totally over? No. I don't think it's going to be totally gone. No. There'll be traces. There's always traces of things. Anytime you get rid of something that's been around so long, it's always going to be traces. But I just don't believe it's going to be, as dominant as it is now. I don't think that's going to be the thing. And I don't think it's going to be a situation where it's just going to go back to being hidden. I don't think that's going to be the case at all. People are being very vocal about where they stand. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be a situation where people are going to be able to communicate and say, hey, no, I know you feel this way, but let me show you why you shouldn't. And I think they're going to listen. They're going to listen because it's going to make sense. They're opening up their minds, they're opening up their hearts, and they're just seeing things a lot different, man. I really believe that, man. And I really believe that 3 generations from now, this thing will be over. Again, I didn't say totally gone, but it would just be simply a trace, because kids just want to play. They just want to enjoy themselves. They want to be free to, enjoy having their friends around, regardless of their color, regardless of their financial status, regardless of their lifestyle, regardless of all those things. It's a whole mixture, a whole batch, different situations, man, that are coming together at the right time. And I support them. I support them, man. I support everything they're about, man, because as much as we may see them wilding in the streets at times and doing things, that are causing, doing damaging things at times, you look at where that mindset come from. Who pushed that button? Think about that now. You're not born a certain way. Now, every now and then there is a gene in us that makes some of us may become a bad seed. We can't control that, but it's very, very rare. Most of the time, things come because they're drummed into someone. They've been pushed into someone. They've been taught to someone, and they've just been convinced, that this is the only way to think. But they're not allowing that anymore. They're changing the game, man, and just give them time. Give them time, man. Give them time. Talk to your children, man, and really see where they stand on things. And maybe we're wrong. What if we're wrong? What if the way that we're trying to push on them is wrong? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about safety things that we do. We need to do that. We have to protect our children. We have to protect our children because we got to think about what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? What's going on right here, right now. But as far as the future goes, man, talk to them about how they see the future being. And you'll be very, very surprised, man. They have a whole different idealistic way of thinking. And they see things different. They see things different. And that's why sometimes we might, see them with their guards down because they don't see some of the things that we see. And the only reason we see is because of experience. But see, it's going to come a time that they won't have to experience those things as much anymore. It's going to come a time when there will be dialogue, communication, and they're going to insist on it. They're going to insist on it. And I really, truly believe, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But I truly believe our children are going to change the game. I really do, man. And I'm just going to do everything I can to support it, everything I can, man, to, pat them on the back when they're making these great decisions. I'm going to do everything I can to consistently, let our children and my children know I'm proud of them. I'm proud of, man. I'm proud of the way that you're living your life. I'm proud of the decisions that you're making. I'm proud of you standing up, and being, proud of yourself. You know what I mean? Because, man, I always look at where was I at that point in time. Did I have that mindset? And I might have had that mindset, but, times were against me. Yeah, I always said I was ahead of my time. So even for me personally, it still would have been hard for me to accomplish the things I want to accomplish, But, here we are now. And my mind is made up that I want to ride on the same train they're riding on, and I want to affect change, and I want to do the best I can to assist those that are going through depression, assist those that are, in that give up mode. I want to assist those that are anxious and, but at the same time excited and motivated, you know what I mean? And just need, someone to believe in them. I want to be that link, man. I want to be that linchpin, that sends, our fellow human beings, man, to the next level of life. That's what I want to do, man, and that's everything I'm going to try to do. And I want, my children to be just as proud of me as I am of them. I'm proud of our young people, man, and I really believe what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I believe that 2 or 3 generations, and unfortunately, a lot of us won't be around to see it because, obviously, unless we can live 200 or 300 years, from now, we won't be around to see it. But I believe it's going to happen, and I believe we're going to start seeing traces of it, towards in the latter parts of our lives. I do. I believe we're going to see traces. The more they grow up, the more they're starting to get to, their early 20s and so forth. I think we're going to start seeing traces, and we're starting to see traces now. We just don't see what those traces are. But they're there. They're there. If you really look at it and just really kind of focus on it and see it, they're there. And there have been traces, small traces of it, even during the pandemic. When things happen, man, and certain events happen, and I will not repeat, because I don't want to, us to have to relive those traumas. They stood up, man. They came forward, man, and they was honest, with themselves and honest with us, and made us have to look in the mirror. They're making society look in the mirror and say, hey, what are we doing to make this a better place, versus just keep on trying to repeat the past, keep trying to make others relive a history that was not so pretty. It makes no sense, right? But they're coming to that conclusion that they're not going to watch their parents relive that history. So I could be wrong, man. I could be wrong, but this is what I really truly believe, man, is that lies before us as a human race. I believe our children are going to be ones that's going to save the day. I really do, man, and I'm proud of them, man, and I'm hopeful, because our children's children will be the ones that's going to reap the benefits of that, and I'm excited about it. I'm happy for them, man, because I know that they're going to be living in a different world, and, they're going to look forward to, getting up in the morning and, congregating and things of that nature and meeting at the park, playing basketball or throwing a frisbee around or, whatever they may be engaged in. It's going to be some nice things, man, and I'm looking forward to it, man, for them, man. I'm excited about it, man, and, that's just what I believe, man. Anyway, this is the Nobody Show, the show guaranteed to get canceled, hosted by The Myth.